Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm doing a digital circus OC and I'm also probably gonna talk about it because as of recording this first part of the video, the episode is not out yet. I'm recording this on the 16th and I'm gonna just make a OC for it, I guess. And then I'm gonna come back and I'm probably gonna yap about it a bit because I am assuming I will have stuff to say. Yeah, okay. So I was deciding between doing like an OC challenge or just making one, and I decided I'm just gonna make one this time. So let's go. Okay, so at first I had literally no idea how to go about this. So I was looking kind of at what other people had to say about making a character because I just did not know what to do. And I've never really made an OC for a media before that is not my own. Unless you count this like self-insert thingy for Naruto, where I drew me and two of my cousins as Naruto characters. But that was a long time ago and it's different. So I originally was gonna do like an OC challenge, but then I was looking at my bed and I just got this new super epic, super rare, mal-manufactured stuffed animal of this cow ox thingy, and his mouth is on upside down, so I just had to buy him because he's special and he's so cute. And then that just gave me the idea that like he could be my character. That's him. That is him. So basically what I was gonna do was combine that stuffed animal that I just got with an old toy. I just decided to do old Fisher-Price toys. So I'm combining my cow with old Fisher-Price toys, and it probably will not look super circusy, but that's what I'm gonna do. So, well, actually, really, the only ones that kind of look like they kind of fit the circus theme is like Pomni and Kaufmo, so I think it's fine. So I'm kind of doing like a new thing for this video where I am going to just record myself live while doing it, I guess. I don't know, instead of just putting a speed paint and narrating it. Why is my pen not working? Oh, there we go. Okay, I got it. Let's start with a circle. Yes, okay. Yesterday, in my little bedtime sketchbook thingy, I already kind of made a rough idea of what I wanted it to be. And I had two ideas. Either I could make him look more cartoony. Okay, guys, this is just the first sketch, okay? I'm just getting my ideas. So maybe like this, because that's kind of what he looks like. Okay, and then let me go get some references real quick. Okay, so we got my two references here. Okay, so we got some humans here, and we got some humans and some animals here. So I'm gonna kind of combine the two, I guess. So I noticed here that the animals kind of have like it's kind of like a 3D snout, so maybe he could be more like this, because I was originally imagining him like his side profile would just be like flat, I guess. I don't know. Like this. Instead of like, and then like his nose would be here and his mouth. That looks so freaky. I don't like that. Okay, let's just... So anyway, I noticed that the humans, they kind of just have like drawn on faces like this. So I was kind of deciding between having him have like big eyes like that, or if he just kind of has like drawn on like, kind of like Gangle. Oh, Gangle also kind of fits the circus theme, I guess. I'm trying to figure this out now. It looked better in my head. I don't like this. Okay, let's look back at, okay, so they kind of, I'm looking at the ears right now. They kind of go like, they're a little bit more angular maybe. He looks like a pig. Oh yeah, and also I wanted his snout to be like kind of sideways because I feel like it would fit better and it would make him look more unique and cute. And then his body, he can have like a little thing here, and it's kind of like, oh wait, I just got an idea. Maybe I can make it like those frilly circus things, you know? I don't know if I like that actually. Maybe not. And it kind of gets wider here. Guys, this looks so weird. Okay, and then it kind of gets smaller there. Whoa, this looks a little zesty. Okay. Okay, so then we can give him, this looks so weird. Okay, remember guys, it's just a first sketch. It's just a first sketch. Okay, maybe while I figure this out, I can say my predictions for the episode. Yeah, like I said, right now the episode is not out, but I'm gonna come back later and I'm gonna either draw this guy again or I'll just draw some regular fan art. This is really hard drawing while recording. But, oh, I kind of like these hands. He just looks fat, what the heck? So I think, I'm not really a theorist. I just kind of watched the episode and I'm like, ooh, I think this is gonna happen, you know? Just regular predictions that you make as you're watching the show, and not so much like, I haven't rewatched any episodes. I watched each one as it came out and never rewatched it again. So I don't really remember exactly what happens in detail. But basically, I think Bubble is a virus, and I think maybe Jax killed someone with a car or hit someone, or maybe he got hit, or maybe he's the one that got hit by a car, I don't know. Perhaps a little girl because of his room. I know a lot of people don't like that theory. I don't know why. I like it. I feel like that is entirely possible. And I also think that Kane is gonna like send them all on adventures to see their abstracted friends or wives. What is this drawing? What is this drawing? Okay. I kind of like, cause look, you could do like some cute expressions with the drawn on one, this one. So I could do like, here is like his face, then here is his little snout. Then he can be all crooked. And here he's He's looking at the side. This does not look good. What the heck? I think I'm gonna stick with, because I feel like in 3D it would look better, because this just isn't, this just like low-key is not working. So I'm gonna stick with this one, even though I did like this stupid little, I liked the little one, I liked this one. But I'm gonna not do that because I think it will be harder to draw, and if I was gonna actually use this character for anything, then I would probably put more thought into it and try to make it work, but I don't care enough. I'm not gonna use this character ever after this video probably, so it doesn't really matter that much. He can look a little bit not good. Should we give him some eyelashes? Oh, that's a little freaky. I don't know about that. Maybe not. What was I talking about just now? Guys, I kind of like the eyelashes. Should I give him some hair? No. Let me like restart this body thing, because that was not it. I kind of like this stupid body that I gave him before, not whatever the heck, not whatever this is. Ew. What the heck was I thinking with that? I like the eyelashes, I think. I think I like that. Let's just take this body and give it to this head. Yes. So here we have his body. Let's try and think of some epic ideas that I can do to make him look better. Because this looks really goofy right now. He's got no limbs. Maybe I could give him floating hands like Kinger. Okay, so like maybe we can make him wave. Oh, let's give him a smile. What if I just, because I don't want to make him fully upside down, but like, what do we think about that? I like it being tilted, but I just don't want to make it too tilted that it looks weird, you know? But I don't know, I kind of like that. Maybe he could have like stitches. No, I don't like that. He's supposed to be more plastic. Okay, so his hand could look kind of like this with like some little claws. Yes? No, I think I'd like it better with two, so it's more like hooves. Kind of like this. Whoa. Whoa, guys, this OC sucks. This OC is so trash, but it was just an excuse to talk about Digital Circus because I will probably want to talk about it. Like I said, this is like my first time making an OC like this. First time trying to talk while recording. Yeah, I kind of like the floating hands. Yes? What do we think, guys? What do we think about this? Yeah. Okay, you know what, guys? Okay, this is my guy. Yep, that's him. I'm wondering, does he just hop? How does he walk? Oh, shucks. Do I give him floating feet, too? No, I don't want to give him floating feet. Okay, you know what? Let's just color him and see. I mean, Kinger doesn't... Yeah, maybe he could... No, except Kinger looks more normal because he has, like, his little jacket thingy. I don't know what to call it. His king cape thing. So it kind of... I don't know. That looks a little saturated. My cow has more, it's more like this kind of blue. There we go. Oh, and also I think that, well, this is basically confirmed almost, but I think Kinger is a developer for the Digital Circus, obviously. And I also think that they are going to be stuck in there at the end and that they will not escape. But if they do, I feel like maybe Jax will stay behind and sacrifice himself, or maybe not, because he seemed like he wanted to stay, or at least was scared to leave. I don't know. And then he can have like, cute. Yes? Go maybe a little bit more. Yeah. And his horns can be also light. Maybe his ears should be. And this maybe too? Yes? Okay, you know what, guys? I actually kind of like him. I don't know how he's gonna walk, but that's not really important because like I said, this is the only time you're ever gonna see him, so this is his only pose. I'm not making any animations of him, so it's fine. He can look bad if I want him to. No, he can maybe just have two colors. That's fine. There we go. Cute. Okay, guys, this is my guy. What's his name? What is his name? That is a great question. Oh, also, maybe, Zubal's gonna get thrown into the cellar because... I'm talking all over the place, guys. I'm so sorry. But because there's, like, that part in the trailer where she was running in that dark spot. So I'm thinking maybe Kane will throw her in the cellar because she doesn't like the adventures. Yeah. Okay, you know what? He's actually kind of cute. I like this guy. I like him. Okay, let's go get him a name. Let's go on, like, a five-letter generator and see what I get. 5 random letters. Let's go. And also, if you are somebody who hasn't watched Digital Circus, I would recommend it. It's pretty good. But also, it took me until like episode 5 to really like it. The first 4 episodes are like, yeah, they're okay. They're good. But I wasn't like, oh my goodness, wait, like I actually kind of like this show now. I just kind of, whenever it showed up on my recommended, I was like, I'll watch it. But now, like, I kind of like it, guys. You know, okay, maybe it could be Megan. Okay, that's one option. Joopy. Joopy is cute. Okay, so far we have Megan and Joopy. Let's get one more and then we can decide between the 3. Fibbin. All right, so our choices were Joopy and Megan and Fibbin. So gotta decide between those 3. If it's a girl, maybe Megan. And if it's a dude, which I was originally gonna go with, what was it? Joopy and Fibbin. Okay, let's go with let's go with Joopy. I like that one. What? I wanted 2 P's in that. Where did it go? Joopy! Yay! There's my digital circus OC, guys. Whoa, I spent so much effort on this. Okay, actually, you know what? Now that I'm looking at it, it's actually not even that bad. It's not even that bad. It's kind of cute, but I want him to have 2 P's in his name. All right, there he is. Okay, let's add some cute details while I summarize what I think is gonna happen, because that was all over the place. Then I'm gonna come back after I already finished watching the episode. So here it is. This is my final guy. Pretty epic, pretty cool. So my predictions is Bubble is a virus. He's gonna be secretly like the big bad guy of it, and either that or he's like the inner thoughts of Kane. That's also possible. But I'm gonna say I'm leaning more towards the virus theory, and I think Jax probably hit someone with his car, possibly a little girl, and maybe not. And I think that they're gonna all have to go on adventures, and they're gonna see their abstracted friends and stuff. I think that's all. And I think that also Kane will want to leave and see the Macroverse. Because guys, in case you didn't notice, there was actually a Truman Show reference on the thumbnail for the trailer, meaning that he's gonna want to escape and be like Truman in the Truman Show. And he's going to escape this fake world that he's in and go to the real world. So, I'm gonna shut up now. Okay, so today is the 20th and the episode is dropping today. And I just wanted to say one last thing, or 3 last, I don't remember. Okay, I changed my mind on the Jack hitting a little girl with his car thing. It's still possible that that happened, but like, I think the reason his room is girly is not because he hit a girl. I think it's because he doesn't want to be seen as cute and girly. Like, you can see that with the maid dress. I think that's it. And also some other things he says. So I think that's why his room is girly and not because he hit a little girl. And also, I think if anyone abstracts this episode, I think it will be Kane and not one of the other regular circus members. And also, I think the Void will show up again, because I think that was in the first episode, then it never came back. So yeah, that is my final predictions. I think Bubble's a virus. If not, then it's like Kane's internal thoughts or whatever, if that's the right word. And maybe the Cellar's gonna show up. Basically, yeah, whatever I said before, I don't remember. This is like several days later. And I'm actually very surprised I haven't seen anyone talking about the committee, which maybe that's just like a one-time thing where they mention like, oh, the committee's gonna love this, when Bubble has his little camera and he's like recording Ragatha and Kinger. Nobody is talking about that. I haven't seen anyone making any sort of theories about that. But if that wasn't just like a one-time thing, like maybe it's like a Truman Show thing where like they're actually in a TV show and we're the audience. Oh my. But if not, then oh well. Maybe people were right, not giving any thought to it. I don't know. Who is the people voting for the characters in episode 6? And I feel like there was another time it was mentioned, but I don't remember. Maybe it was just supposed to be like a joke, but I don't know. Maybe it's like a Truman Show thing where the whole thing is secretly a show and it's like a whole plot twist at the end or something. Like, I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. That's my final thoughts. I'm not really a theorist. I just kind of like watching the show and see what happens. But yeah. So, I don't even know where to start, actually. First of all, it was a very good episode and I really liked it, and I think it's my second favorite episode so far. I think my top 3 is episode 6, then 8, and then 5. 5 is so underrated in my opinion. That is my order. Yeah, it was very good. You know what? I'm just gonna pull up the episode right now and kind of like scroll through it so that I'm not like all over the place. Okay, so at first it starts with the circles. There's the blue and the red circle, which I'm fairly certain the red one is supposed to be Kane, and then the second one would be, I guess, probably Abel. And if that's not actually his name, then it's another AI. It's another AI. So clearly Kane was the original, but then he wasn't as good, so then they made another one, which was then the better one, obviously, and then Kane killed it. And at first I was thinking maybe Bubble is the second AI, but I really don't think that's the case anymore, because when he was like talking to him in the room and he was like rage baiting Kane a bit, he was talking as if like he wasn't the second AI when he was like, "You are always the worst of the two," or the inferior, or whatever he said, as if he wasn't the second AI. So I don't think he is the second AI. And also in the end credits, both Bubble and Kane were deleted, meaning that Bubble probably was actually a part of Kane, which also I think maybe Bubble isn't a virus anymore. I was so certain about that, but maybe not actually, because otherwise why would he also get deleted? It just doesn't really make any sense. So I do think that Bubble was like the interior thoughts sort of, or like, you know what I mean? I can't really think of the exact words, but that's what I think. I think that Bubble was just kind of like an extra part of Kane, like an extension and not a separate being exactly. And that he kind of said like, yeah, I don't know. I just thought of something actually. So, you know, I keep seeing people saying that now that Kane is gone, all the abstractions are free, which I think probably will be something that will come up. But also, what if Okay, if Kane, we don't really know what causes abstraction definitively yet, but I don't necessarily know if this makes sense or not, but what if Kane specifically is the one that causes them to abstract? What if in the next episode, because he's gone, now all of the abstracted characters are back to normal again? That could be very interesting. Now, I don't necessarily think that will happen, but it's an interesting idea. And also something I noticed about the designs is I think most of the characters, they're supposed to be either like a toy or an animal. And also if you're designing a character, I think I was looking once again for more things for how to make it look better. And one of the things somebody said is that they're all only supposed to be like one thing, you know, like Scratch is a dog, the worm guy is just a worm on a string toy, Zooble is just a Zooble. She's based off of like a toy. I'll find the picture. Pomni is just a jester, Kaufmo is just a clown, Kinger is just a king piece, you know? They all have just one idea. And also like with no detail that says anything about like, I don't know if I'm explaining this good, but like I'll try to find the thing that I found. They explained it very well. So like here is what they were saying on screen, since I am not saying it good. Just choose either an animal or a toy and then just anthropomorphize it. And then what happens after that? Oh yeah, and then we got to see Queenie, super cute. I love Queenie. And I also love that we got to see Ragatha at the beginning when she first got there. And it looks like she was there with some other people. And okay, this also makes me think that I'm starting to more and more believe the theory where they're copies of their minds, because also Kane at some point, he mentioned their mind files. I'm thinking they're probably copies. Now that doesn't really confirm it, the fact that he said mind files, because it could also just be that like they have files for their mind, you know, I don't know. And also because Kinger, okay, yeah, basically what I think the circus is they made the AI to like, it's a generative AI, right? I think. And I think because Kinger said that Scratch had a tumor in his brain, that he wanted to find a way to like immortalize himself, or that he didn't want to die. So then I think he created something so that he could scan his brain and like upload it to a computer. And then the AI made the circus, because he wasn't originally planned to like make the circus, right? I think he just did. But yeah, I think that it was made for Scratch to immortalize himself by uploading his mind into a computer. That's what I'm thinking so far. I don't know if I explained that very well, but hopefully you know what I'm trying to say. Because otherwise, I just don't understand how all of them would end up in there, but then their bodies are completely fine. Like, it just doesn't really make any sense to me. So I do think that they're like mind scans. But yeah, because otherwise, how would they not have their bodies like out? And also, Ragatha came in the circus clearly with some people around her. So if there was something wrong, clearly they would try and help her, right? So I think that they are mind scans, which at first, when I heard that theory, I was like, I don't know about that. I don't think that's a good, because it would just make the whole story feel pointless, because then they're not even real. Except I'm just thinking now, as long as I kind of suspend my belief a little bit, because I do think that just because you scan your brain doesn't mean that it's conscious. I think you need a soul to be conscious. Like, I don't think a robot or any human-made machine could ever be truly conscious. It's like the Chinese room, basically. Like, I just don't think that's ever possible. Even if it acts like it can see and it has sensors to like know where things are and what things look like, it's not actually experiencing anything. It's just, you know what I'm saying? It's just information. It's just processing information, which is basically exactly what humans are doing. But also I believe that humans have souls, which makes it so that we are actually experiencing things and not just processing information like an NPC and just following along. You know what I'm trying to say? So I will just have to believe in this case, for the sake of the story, that they actually are alive and conscious. Otherwise, the whole story is kind of pointless. But yeah, I think people call it the Soma theory because of a game. I think that Gooseworks did play. So if he did play that, where it's basically, I think, a game where people scan their brains and are in denial that they're not the original or something like that. I haven't played it. So if he actually did play that game, I think that is even more possible because inspiration. Also, I really like Zooble now. Like, I used to hate Zooble so much and she was my least favorite character and I just did not like her because she's always so like, yeah, go fuck yourself. Go fuck. Like, shut up, bro. Nobody likes you. But then as it went on, you know, especially in this episode where she's like, Jax, you know, you're part of the group, right? Like, whenever he bullied her, she didn't take it, and like she gets him back, but also she doesn't go so far because she knows that he's kind of on the verge of abstracting. So I like her now. I think I started liking her a little more in, I actually don't know what episode, because I remember episode 5 I still didn't like her. I don't know what episode I started to like her. It must have been like episode episode 6, because I feel like 7, I don't know. Did I even like her in episode 7? Either way, I like her now. And now, unfortunately, Gangle, I think, is my least favorite character. I used to love her. She used to be one of my favorites. Now my favorite characters is Pomni, Jax, and Kinger. Those 3 are my favorites. I love them so much. But like, Gangle, she just doesn't feel like a real person anymore. Not that she ever did. At first, it was more surface level, right? We don't know all of like the complexities and inner workings of the characters' minds. What the heck was that? But you know what I mean? So it was more surface level anyway. So if they acted a little more cartoonish, it didn't really matter, you know? Like, everyone was just very, very silly and cartoonish, which worked at the time. But then as it goes on, Gangle more and more, like, she just doesn't feel like a real person. Like, oh, I broke my comedy mask. Oh, do you think we'll ever make it out of this circus? Oh, Kane, stop stabbing me with knives. Oh, like, she's not, like, that is not a real person. So at first, I liked her, but now I don't. No, I don't dislike her. She's just, like, I don't even understand what her problem is. Like she's depressed, and also she, like, masks her depression. I saw somebody saying that, like, she just seems kind of like a caricature of what a depressed person is, and I was thinking, like, yes, that is exactly it. It just doesn't work anymore. So yeah, unfortunately, Gangle is, like, one of my least favorites now, but I don't dislike her, okay? Don't get that mixed up. I don't dislike Gangle. She's just not a great character anymore. Oh my goodness, okay, and also, this might be a little bit of a hot take, but Kane was acting kind of cringe in this episode. Like, the part where he's in the office, it was, like, almost good, but there was something about it that was just like, oh, that's just not it. Like, oh, especially the part where he's like, humans, why? Like, what are you talking about? And it wasn't just that part. That was just probably the worst part of it, but just, it was slightly cringe. Not all of it. Most of it was good, but just every once in a while he would do something like, it just kind of gave like, I don't think you want to see me mad. Oh, the alpha is angry. I don't think you want to mess with me when I'm angry. Like, it was just some of, I'll try to find some clips of, like, specific parts that made me cringe a little bit. Like, for sure, the office thing, like what I said before. And also, the part when he was like, I don't remember his exact words, but when he's like, you are gonna go on my adventures and like it. Like, what the heck? It was kind of cringe. Some of the stuff he said wasn't itself cringe, it was just more his animation. So the blame isn't really on one person. I think it's not the voice actor's fault either, because he was really good in this episode. Like, especially the part, oh my goodness, the part where he was like, where's Kinger? That part scared me. It just felt so like, bro thinks he's in an edit, kind of. Like, who are you talking to right now? And then he's being all like spooky and scary. And then it goes to the black part where he's just like glitching. And then he goes to the camera, let's get the show on the road. Like, what are you, like, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to right now? Who are you? That part was so bad. I'm gonna say that was the cringiest part in the whole episode. And that is saying a lot, because a lot of the times, if they just start singing randomly in a story where there was not previously singing, this song was good. Like, it fit narratively. It's more of a personal preference type thing. Like, it fit narratively, it was good. I think a lot of the reason, too, why it felt so cursed to me is, why did they make Kane walk on the floor? It looked so wrong to me to see him walking on the floor. I think if they just made him float, it would have made it so much better for me. I don't know why they made him walk. It just looks so wrong to me. I just don't like it. Looking back at it, I think it was a good addition. It was just in the moment, I was kind of like, what am I watching right now? But like, it did fit narratively and it was good. So I'm not saying it was bad. I'm just saying, when I was watching it, it was making me cringe a little bit. And also, I don't have very many issues with the writing of the show, but something I do is that it feels like a lot of this stuff would have happened before Pomni even showed up here. Like, you would think that people figured out Kinger is lucid in the dark a long time ago, especially Ragatha, since he was, right, because he was the only other character with her for a bit. So you'd think that she would, like, maybe hang out with him in his pillow fort or something and then realize he's not all that crazy, you know? Like, I don't know, I feel like that seems a little bit weird. And also, if she realized this a long time ago, that he's, like, good in the dark, you would think she would put the bucket on his head and have a conversation with him way earlier, right? Like, I don't know. That's one of my only problems with this show. And it's not to the point where it destroys the enjoyability of it. It's just kind of something I noticed. And also the part where Jax is, like,
oh my gosh, this is real.
I'm curious of what other people's interpretation is and why you think that, because I'm seeing a lot of people saying that they think Jax never thought that this was real at all, but I think it seemed like his coping mechanism was that, like, they're all cartoons now, that's just how it is. Like, we're not real anymore, we're just cartoons, and that's fine. But then when they're talking about this stuff, how it relates to, like, the real life and stuff, I think it's more not really that he didn't think it was real, and more he knew it was real, but he's pretending that they're all just cartoons and not real people. But then now that he's seeing how it hit him, like, oh wait, this is actually real life and not just some silly cartoon we're in. That's what it seemed like to me. And maybe more like he's realizing my friends are actually, like, dead in a way. I don't think he thought straight up that it wasn't real though, but that's what I'm seeing other people saying. Also, I'm really curious, what's up with him and cars? Did he get hit by a car? Did he hit someone with a car? I'm seeing people saying that they think that Jax hit Gangle with a car and then they both got plugged into the circus because they were both, like, almost dying and in a coma, and that's why Jax was saying,
oh my gosh, this is real,
because he thought he was just in a coma from getting hit by a car or hitting someone with a car. And I don't know, I don't think that he actually hit Gangle. Also, what's up with Gangle and getting hit by trucks? At first I thought it was supposed to be like an anime thing, like she gets hit by the truck like in Isekai. And also, I don't understand Gangle's, like, the part where Kane puts them all in their own scenario to kind of mess with their heads the most. I don't understand what Gangle's is supposed to be. It doesn't really make any sense. See, this is why I'm saying I feel like Gangle just isn't, she's not a real person. Like, I'm not saying I think she's an NPC, I just mean writing wise, not like canonically I don't think she's a real person, because everyone else kind of had, like, a pretty good thing that, like, matched, like, I'm explaining this very badly, but hopefully you know what I'm trying to say. You know, like, Ragatha had her mom, Jax got freaking skinned alive by his friends. I was kind of just laughing at that the first time I saw it, like, because Peeled Jax is canon. That is so funny, but also it was kind of gross. Also, I love the fact that Pomni was in there. The fact that he considers her a friend is very cute. That she was with Kaufmo and Ribbit, that's really cute. Also, I love how this part is, like, the same scene almost as the one from the first episode. Comparing them side by side, the animation is so much better, it's actually kind of insane. I was wondering if, because I don't remember what the colors represent exactly. In, like, the first part, she puts her blue glove to her face, and then in the newer one in episode 8 she puts the other one, meaning that maybe she's okay with not leaving the circus, like she said at the beginning. Also, I found it kind of funny how as soon as they kind of start being like, you know what, maybe we should stop looking for an exit and just accept that we're stuck here forever, that's when Kane turns on them. Like, what is the next episode even gonna be? Like, will they just rebuild the circus how they want it maybe, because now we know that they can control stuff, and now they should remember stuff too, right? Since they're able to swear without getting censored now, they're probably gonna remember their names, because now their restrictions are off basically, right? Yeah, I'm curious what the next episode is gonna be. How is it gonna end? Maybe they'll rebuild the circus how they want it. But guys, you know what's so unfortunate is that the next episode is coming out on the same day I graduate. What the heck? So I'm not gonna be able to watch it on the day it comes out, and I'm gonna have to avoid spoilers. That's the biggest part, is I don't mind not watching it for a few days. It's mostly just, will I be able to avoid spoilers? So I might just have to not go on YouTube until I watch it. But yeah, here's all of the art I made in this video. Comment, what do you guys think about the new episode? I have this one, which is unintentionally funny, because originally I was gonna kind of draw a few characters on, like, one canvas, but then there ended up only being space for the two, which kind of ended up being a little bit funny, because you just have Pomni with knives in her, and then Jax all happy, and it says yay in the background, because I didn't know what to put in the background. So it's kind of unintentionally a little bit comedic, which I like it. I like it. And then we have this one, where this looks like not something I would draw. Like, this looks like the type of thing I would see, and then I'd be like, oh, cute art, little cringe, but it's cute. So yeah, this doesn't look like I drew it. Like, Kinger and Pomni, that looks like something I'd draw, but everyone else, it just doesn't look like my art, except for Kinger and Pomni, especially Pomni. Pomni looks very much like my art, but everyone else, they just don't. Also, some of the characters I think are flipped the wrong way. Like, I think Kinger and Pomni are flipped the wrong way, like their colors and also Kinger's eyes, but I'm pretty sure everyone else is correct. And also, Pomni's hand is not even, like, on her hip, so I don't even know how that happened, and I don't want to go fix it. And Jax, he looks kind of uncanny. I just couldn't get his eyes to look right, so he looks a little creepy. Zubul, I drew her pretty badly. It's mostly the line art. It's very thick. It's very thick. I did not give any variation. I just quickly scribbled it, and that is her. Wow. So yeah, that's the art. Cool. Bye.